So first things first, everything that you see here is pretty much stuff that I just have around the house or things that I've bought from the dollar store. So these two glass candles here are from the dollar store. This is actually from Michael's. It's liquid scent. I just picked vanilla. It's about $3, but if you do 40% off, it's about $1.50. All of these candles here, they're pillar candles, are from the dollar store. This is the best place to buy them. Everywhere else, they're about $3 to $4, so get them at the dollar store. A hammer, 2 straws, some tape. These are wax melts. These are also from the dollar store. Some foil here, Ziploc bags, and this is a double broiler. This is from Michael's, and it is $30. You can use a pot, but I don't want to mix wax with my food. So first thing you want to do is obviously line your workspace with newspaper or foil or whatever. You can never have too much. I actually don't have too much just because I do this quite often, so I'm pretty clean at it now. So now I've put my taper candles inside my double Ziploc bags here, and what I'm going to do is start smashing it, so you'll see. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm breaking apart the wax so that I can remelt it. You can buy blocks of wax, but that's always expensive. It's about $40. So I'm just giving you kind of the really easy, really fast way to do it. So I basically just broke all of that down here. Now once you have it broken down, you're going to go inside the bag and you'll notice that the wick is still in place. So just remove all the wax from the wick. That way we're just reusing the wick and not buying a new one because wicks are not cheap. So here is a wick from one of the taper candles. The reason I like using the taper candles is because you have a very long wick and you're not limited in terms of what you end up creating. So I would just clean this up just a little bit more, taking right off some of the wax, but it can be reused. So just do this with your second one as well. At this point, I have done 4 of these taper candles. So I have 4 wicks here and a bag full of wax. You don't have to use this many. I'm only using it just to kind of see how much wax I'll end up getting. So let's go to the fun part. So one of the first things I do is I always line my stove. Sometimes gets wax on it and I don't want to clean up wax. And it also helps distribute the wax melts evenly. So there's that. And I'm actually going to turn this on to number 6. Now as you can see, I've poured my wax into the double broiler. And I'm not using it as a double broiler. I have in the past. I just feel like this works better and faster. And I stir with a straw, a paper straw, but you can definitely use whatever you want. Just make sure it's disposable because wax is really hard to get off. So this will just start melting. While the wax is melting, I actually take my wick up to whatever it is that I'm going to pour my wax into, and I just kind of generally measure it. So I'll just cut it to the tip of this here. Now also while the wax is melting here, so you can see that it's starting to become a liquid, I'm going to use one of these wax melts. I bought this from the dollar store as well. It works really great. It's vanilla, and I'm just going to use one of the bars. So it comes in 4s here, and then I'm just going to pour it into the wax pot. So as you can see, pretty much all of my wax is melted except for the little wax melt. That'll be done in less than a minute. And it always turns completely liquid, and it will be the color of the candle that you used. So you can buy color blocks to change the color, but I actually am just going to use this. It just makes it easier. So once this is fully liquid, take your foil off and then start pouring it into your pots here. Whatever it is that you're using, just make sure that whatever you do plan to use, it is either extremely hollow or see-through, otherwise the candle won't work so well. So I don't know how much, this is 4 tapered candles, I don't know how much it'll pour, so let's find out. So I have a little bit left, but you always want to save a little bit of wax because you need to top it off. So it looks like I got 1 candle, not the second, so I'll do that one later. But one of the best things you can do now at this point is you put this in the fridge and it helps the wax harden. So I'm going to do that now. It's been about 10 minutes now and you can see just how much it's hardened here. So I'm going to bring it outside and then we're going to stick the wick inside. So I don't have a toothpick, but I do have a pencil. So I will just puncture it right there. And you basically just want to get through the top. I'm going nicely because I don't want the whole thing to concave, because it will. So I've punctured through the hole, and I'm basically, and because it is hard right now, it helps the wick stay up. So I'm just going to stick my wick through. Pretty much feel where it stops. So I just hold it in place for a couple of minutes and it typically stays. You can also use this, which is just 2 straws taped together and it helps hold the wick up. I never really feel like I need to use it, so I don't. So I've remelted my remaining wax and I'm just going to pour it in here just to top it off with my wick. So this way, once it fully dries, it will not concave too much. And there you have it. You are done. Once this is dried and solidified, you're good. I actually put a little sticker there already to make it look a little bit more fancy, but I'll adorn it a little bit more. At this point, my candle is pretty much almost dried. I'm going to leave it for just a few more hours. But you can see the top, it's not concaved. The wick is a little bit longer, which I typically like. And I've placed a little metallic sticker on it that I made. It just makes it look a little more fancy. And then to dress it up, I just wrapped twine around it, which is gorgeous. It just really puts it all together. So there you have it. There's the candle. And it'll burn for about 36 hours.